Hello dear learner, welcome to the second part of planning your business communication. Let us take a quick recap of what we have done in the last video. Determine whether the purpose of your message is to inform, persuade or collaborate. Identify what you want your audience to do or think after receiving the message. Make sure your purpose is worthwhile and realistic. Make sure the time is right for your message. Make sure your purpose is acceptable to your organization. Identify the primary audience. Determine the size and composition of your audience. Estimate your audience level of understanding and probable reaction to your message. So as you saw in the last video, we ended the session with an understanding of the importance of analyzing the situation. In this video, we will continue and see the other steps involved in planning business communication messages. This video is about gathering information and other stuff. When you have a clear picture of your audience, you are now really ready to assemble the information which you will include in your message. For simple messages, the information to include might be already there in your hand. But for more complex messages, you may need to do considerable research and analysis before you're ready to begin your writing. Imagine you're asked to write an email to all the employees about returning to work after 2 months of work from home during lockdown. You have already researched and understood your audience following the techniques illustrated in the previous video about audience analysis. Does this mean you're ready to shoot the email? No, you cannot just make up your own email and send it to the employees. You must first discuss with key stakeholders within the company about what needs to be included in the mail and what should be excluded. The key stakeholders in such a situation would be the CEO of the company, the head of human resources, the team managers, etc. This is known as gathering information. Experts advise that it is a useful trick to give yourself some unstructured time at the beginning of a business communication project to explore your general subject area. Some of the ways to get an idea would be to read industry publications and blogs. You can also search for trending topics on Twitter or Google Trends, visiting competitors, websites, and interviewing experts within your company. Be sure to ask whether your company has a knowledge management system or any other repository for research results. Remember, information search is a never-ending ocean. You must have some framework to keep your focus to the task at hand. Here are some practical tips to gather information and to keep your search within a set limit. Put yourself in the audience's position. Listen to the community, especially online discussions. Read reports and other company documents, annual reports, financial statements, news releases, blogs by industry experts, marketing reports, and customer surveys. These are just some of the few ways which have the potential information sources. Talk with supervisors, colleagues, or customers. Ask your audience for input. Providing required information. After you have defined your audience's information needs, your next step is to satisfy those needs in as complete manner as possible. One good way to test the thoroughness of your message is to use the journalistic approach. Check to see whether your messages answers the 5 W's and 1 H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. For example, consider this message requesting information from employees. The employees of the software development department working from home are requested to send their work activities by 9 p.m. every working day to their immediate supervisors through their official email account. This is to ensure your work is recorded in a formal manner. Here, the who is the employees of the software development department. The where is working from home. What is the send their messages, send their work activities. When? By 9 o'clock every day. How? Through their official email account. Why? To ensure work activities are recorded in a formal manner. The most common media and channels options. The simplest way to categorize media choices is to divide them into oral, spoken, written, and visual. Each of these media can be delivered through digital and non-digital channels. These will ultimately lead to creating 6 combinations. These 6 combinations are illustrated in the file which has been given and included along with the video. Please download the file and read more about the advantages and disadvantages of these 6 combinations. The unique challenges of communication on mobile devices. Before we conclude the topic about media and channels, we need to discuss one unique channel that is being incorporated into business communication increasingly in the past few years. We are talking about our mobile devices. Mobile devices will be increasingly used to create and deliver almost every digital form of media, whether it is oral or written for visual. This is mainly due to the combination of both portability and flexibility that a mobile device offers. That is why it is very important that we discuss the unique characteristics of mobile devices for effective business communication in the 21st century. While sending business communication over a mobile device, one must remember that mobile devices are different from laptop or PC or a printed page. The main difference to keep in mind are that the users will have different screen size and different resolutions. Also keep in mind that the process of input, especially longer sentences, are difficult on mobile devices. So if you're asking for a feedback, it is better to solicit this through a channel or a device which has more comfortable input system, like a keyboard connected to a PC or a laptop. Other things to consider are bandwidth, speed, and data costs. Organizing your information. Every good business communicator knows that before writing any business message, it is always better to organize the message. Organizing the message means that dividing the data and information you have collected and deciding where to put them in your message. Typically, a message will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Organizing your information into 3 components will help both you and your audience save time. It will also help your audience understand your message and accept your message. At this point, we are faced with a crucial question. What is the ideal length of a message? There is no hard or fast answer to this question. The ideal answer is the message can be as long or as short as it takes to make the audience understand what they are supposed to do. Outlining your content. You now have all the information you need to convey your audience. It is now time to get down and write an outline of your message. Whether the message is short or it's a complex message, it is always better to get into the habit of developing an outline for each message. Over a period of time, This exercise becomes second nature to an effective business communicator. There are many outlines of a message, and we don't have the space to discuss all of them. So we will discuss one basic outline which you can use for your future communication purposes. So today we are going to discuss one of the outlines which is useful for writing a business message. Remember, this is just one example. There are many different outlines. You can check them out and research for them online, and we'll include some links for you to check out other types of outlines. So this outline is an example where the message has one major point and then multiple subpoints. So here you can see we have divided our one major point into three subpoints A, B and C. Now first subpoint and third subpoint are standalone and they are explaining themselves. They are very short. The first subpoint is telling the audience what they can expect, and the third subpoint is a conclusion. The second subpoint is where most of the content will be. You have to give examples, you have to give evidence of what you're saying, and you need to go into detail, use examples, evidence, details, put a mixture of these three elements in the middle part of your message. That is what this outline is all about. Once these requirements are met in your first step, the planning process, you are now ready to move on to the second step of the three-step writing process. That is, writing or creating business communication messages. We shall look into the second steps in our next video. But before concluding this video, let us take a look at the key takeaways of this video. Find out more about your audience and their needs. Provide all required information and make sure it's accurate, ethical and pertinent. Select the best medium for your message. Understand the advantages and disadvantages of oral, written, visual and electronic media. Consider media richness, formality, media limitations, urgency, cost and audience preferences. Organize your information. Define your main idea. Limit your scope. Outline content by starting with the main idea, adding major points and illustrating with evidence. With that, we come to the end of our two-part series on planning your effective business communication for 21st Century Workspace. We will see you with more videos and more classes soon. Be sure to access the reading materials provided along with these two videos. Thank you for watching the video today. Happy learning!